I'm standing at the three-point line where Penn State went 4 of 19 from beyond the arc, so they're definitely missing Myron Jones. John and Amanda, good evening. I can confirm that Myron Jones will be out for his 4th straight game due to an illness. Well, welcome inside the Bryce Jordan Center as number 24 Penn State gets ready to tip off against Indiana at 8:30 tonight. I want to talk about something that's happening tonight between both head coaches. They're going to be wearing a live mic. Now, we like to call this a lavalier mic in the media. I'm actually wearing one right now.
Definitely been a hobby for me to get better, if that makes sense. Look at that. All right, Kaden, just how big was that defensive stop there at the end?
It was the biggest play of the game. We just had to. I'm gonna free. I can't do this.
That's okay, that's all right. This is actually a rematch between Farrell and BG. They played each other back in 2015, and BG ended up taking home that state title, but they weren't so lucky this afternoon.
Now for the best part of sports. Hello, Rosie.
I'm making my own TikTok.
You're making your own TikTok. We are talking about
Yes.
TikTok. Got to send it back to our studios in Altoona. Rosie, it is prediction time, so what do you got?
All right, guys, well, first, I expect both of you to come back with cowboy hats, cowboy boots, and a belt buckle, please.
But as the governor often says, Pennsylvanians are strong and resilient, and we will get through this.
Well, good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Rosie Langello. The number of COVID-19 cases across the state has increased again. Took the life of the 8-year-old boy. Is still under investigation. No word on what caused the fire. For some people, the need for a helping hand has never been greater, but our local charity is able to respond.
Jennerstown Speedway let us find our need for speed by letting me drive in a race car. First, I put on all the necessary gear, including the helmet. After climbing in, I was buckled into a 5-point harness seatbelt.
Make sure you're strapped in there when you hit the wall.
Oh, what?
I'm kidding.
Jokes aside, I was pretty nervous, but then I put the pedal to the metal and... The morning of April 2nd,
We got to the hospital by 8:30. We were parents.
a week early, Tommy and Liz Abrams welcomed in their second son, Beckham.
We weren't allowed visitors. You know, COVID-19. No parents. It was just myself and Liz.
But 14 hours later, Tommy got a call that would change their lives forever.
I swiped decline like twice, and then the third time, Liz is like, "You better answer. Like something might be wrong." So I answered, and a friend of mine, he was like standing at our apartment. His wife and him were going for a walk, and they were like, "Are you home? What's going on in your apartment? The building's on fire."
A fire last night in northern Cambria left 2 families without a home and destroyed the location of 3 businesses.
When you think about everything that you own, everything that your kids have, your wife, and is gone, it's like, what do? That was a hard pill to swallow, you know, after welcoming Beckham to the world. If we would have waited until April 9th, our due date, we may have been home and not be here talking to you today. Just crazy just looking through this and seeing, I mean, it's all brick pretty much, but you know, like I said, I used to play Santa Claus for the kids. There's my Santa Claus outfit that I recognize, and some diapers I see. But lose everything at one time is definitely overwhelming. I never imagined that or envisioned that, and just to see a pile of rubble here, and we lived here for 10 years and it's gone.
Lost in the rubble was all of Tommy's Cleveland Browns jerseys. He's been a big fan since the 80s, but his 10-year-old son Landon, who has autism, lost all his dinosaur toys in the fire. Luckily for this family, a surprise visitor changed that.
Got up yesterday and we're kind of hanging out here at the house, and all of a sudden Sue jumped up and was like, "Oh my God, he's here."
In the middle of Steelers country, Miles Garrett drove about 3 hours to visit the Abrams.
For someone like that magnitude to come in our area, it's really cool.
And he didn't come empty-handed. Miles is also into dinosaurs and gifted Landon with new toys.
Hey, what is this?
Dinosaur.
Yeah. You got him for Miles, huh? He came here for us, you know, and that's what's important.
Through the rubble and despair, the Abrams have come out the other side, with a memory to last them a lifetime. Sometimes all you need is a warm embrace. Zach Williams is one of the happiest guys in Happy Valley, but he's also one of Penn State football's secret weapons. Landing your dream job in your early 20s is not easy to do.
It's a huge, good program I work for.
For Zach, it was all about being at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. We were getting gas at Sheets, and I noticed Coach Franklin at the other side, at the other pumps, and I just said to the boys, I said, go say hello to Coach. Just go say hello to him. And of course Zach has to go give him a big hug, and he finished up with his gas, and he pulls around, gets out of his car again, and says, you know, I've had a rough week, and that just made my day.
And then, while Zach was a part of LifeLink PSU, he ran into defensive end Torrance Brown on campus after he suffered a serious knee injury in 2017. Zach was holding a bag of cookies when...
And I gave the cookies to Torrance. And then he said, you made my day.
The pictures went viral, and after that, Zach ran into Coach Franklin again.
Coach Franklin came by at the hub, and he got me free sandwiches. He said two things. Going free sandwiches, I was like, heck yeah.
And Coach also asked him to attend the team's practice. Now at 23 years old, Zach still helps out at practices, all while balancing 2 other jobs.
It's always lit.
But his most important role, providing positivity whenever the team needs it.
I sat down and I asked him what he wanted to do, and Zach told me he wanted to work for the football team. So that was kind of thrilling to have that come back at us. When you have a son with a disability, you just want him to have a good life, and this kid's living a better life in it than most people.
So if you're ever looking for a warm embrace, just find Zach.